Today, I'm talking to a cisgendered woman, which means, you are connected to your body and your mind and your spirit, and that's very interesting, being transgendered, being born into a female body. For me, it just feels like a disconnect and a weird experience. So I'm just going to ask you some questions about how it feels to be well-adjusted.
Okay.
All right. So what kind of a child were you?
I was a tomboy.
Yes.
When I was young, I was like really into climbing trees, playing in the dirt. All my friends were males.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you did have tons of like little boys that were your friend, and you just fit right in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you find yourself refusing girl roles, like wearing dresses, or?
When I was really young, like under 6, I was way into dresses, and then I went through this period where I would only wear clothing that had dogs on them.
With dogs.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
I refused to wear any clothing. And then I got like super tomboy.
Mm-hmm.
I was really into like biking and running and things like that. And then it was like never dresses, like all through puberty and things like that.
So during puberty, when your body was changing, how did that feel?
I don't know. I can't recall specifically like how that was for me. I know that I was a really late bloomer. My body type was just slow to develop. And my closest female friend, she was a really early bloomer. So like she was really fully developed, and I was just like
so you looked kind of like a little girl next to this mature kind of friend you had.
Definitely.
And then during puberty, were you still friends with boys and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I've always had probably more male friends than female friends.
Do you know why that is?
I would say I kind of have a more typical masculine energy, sort of. I definitely feel like I look like a female, but I have kind of that like...
So you can relate to guys, and
yeah.
It just feels more natural to be with guys?
Yes and no. It took me a long time to really be able to cultivate solid female friendships, and with men it just kind of happened a lot quicker.
See, that's very interesting, because here you are kind of experiencing, a real comfort with masculinity, or even just, being strong and assertive and that sort of thing. Yet at the same time, you do relate to your body. I mean, you feel very comfortable, right, being a woman and kind of the role of a woman. How does that feel?
It took a long time to get into that, really. I never really thought about it, but as I get older, I realize that I am female, and it becomes more apparent, and I'm more aware of it.
Yeah, when are you most aware of it?
When I'm a female? Probably when I'm just conversing with others, like natural, commonplace conversations. If I'm talking with a male, I can see it in their eyes that they recognize that I'm a female,
right. So the dynamic is slightly affected just by having a different body and that sort of thing.
Yeah, but when I'm with a female, like a good friend, and we're just chatting, we like tend to talk about more female kind of things, and like the conversation is more female-centered.
Yes.
And I can definitely notice that too.
Yeah, and what are those?
Females.
Yeah, what is the differences in conversations or energy?
I don't know.
Because it's just interesting to explore.
Yeah, it's different energies. Well, I mean, obviously the content of the discussion between either a male or a female is going to be pretty different stuff.
Yeah, the topics are different.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so like the energy kind of backing them up are different a little bit.
Like motivations and dynamics.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So when I'm with like a female, I feel comfortable to kind of talk about.
And you can go anywhere. There's no like censoring and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But when you're with a guy, you kind of have to stay on certain tracks, and you don't want to be suggestive. That's what I think. Yes. Yeah. All right. Have you ever thought about like, oh, what if I was a guy? Have you ever thought that, or? Or when you were like a little tomboy, where you're like, oh, I wish I was a boy, or anything like that? That's never really been a question on my mind, really. I've honestly never put too much stock into gender. Not stock as in devaluing it, but just I've never personally felt
expanded
restricted?
My questions about gender.
So, I mean, this is great, because in a way it says, you felt like as a girl you could do anything. You could, go anywhere, climb trees, whatever. I mean, you didn't put any restrictions on yourself, right?
Yeah.
And so, you're like, well, I can do anything because I'm me. I'm I'm really awesome. That's so much
I
how
don't
you
think
feel?
that's exactly how I feel, but in retrospect, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I was awesome. I am awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've spent some time thinking about what it would be like to have a penis.
Mm-hmm.
I've thought about that before.
Yeah.
What that must be like.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of fun.
Yeah. And so, just how you are, you're perfectly feel natural and just good being you, and you don't really think about your body that much.
Yeah, to me, I am what I am, and that's just the way I am, and I don't really feel the need to change anything. I'm just learning to accept what I've got, and that works for me.
That's good. And so, meeting people who are trans or, different, how, like, can you sense that I'm not a normal woman? I mean, can you just tell, or is it something that makes more sense once you learn about it and talk about it? How is that for you?
I feel like I can kind of tell a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like it.
Yeah.
I really like to meet transgendered people, or people that just want to fight for what they really think they believe in.
Yeah.
I always find it really inspiring.
Yeah.
That people have the strength to do that.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't seem weird, it seems more brave.
Definitely.
And, I mean, does it make sense? Like, do you think it's something that society could become more comfortable with or could accept? You know, seeing someone that, you know, they kind of can tell, oh, that person was born female, but, you know, they identify as male. Like, you think it can be understood?
I hope so. I really think so.
And, like, you really feel that you get it?
Well, you know, I've never been in that situation.
Yeah.
But I do feel like I understand it.
Yeah.
You know, fighting for something inside of you that you know you really believe in.
Right.
I in a sense, I can...
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in that sort of situation. It hasn't been reflecting my gender,
Right.
but yeah.
Yeah. That's great. So you can, obviously, you can relate to the struggle, but just as other, you know, as you can support me and others.
Absolutely.
Others like that. That's cool. That is cool.